what we do is we teach them how to go to the beach and be between the flags, understandings of rips. A lot of these people have come from, have come from countries where they don't have a beach, Iran or Iraq. Others have come from places where it's not a really friendly environment and not a nice place to be. When I see these kids' faces, seeing the beach for the first time is amazing. Biggest smiles I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm from Palestine, but we was born in Syria.
What do you love about the Australian beach?
Yeah, it's very big. It's very big and the sea is awesome. The weather is good. Yeah, right.
The ocean can be a kind of dangerous thing if you're not too sure what to do. And a lot of people do get into trouble, and there's a high percentage of people that drown from people that have just come to Australia or tourists. So what we want to do is educate these young kids and tell them what they need to do and what they need to understand about being at the beach, and then they can pass it on to their parents. What would be really special for me is if it turns around and they then love it so much that they join a surf club. That would be cool. All right, so for me, it's just an excitement to see these kids having a good time.
Can you imagine never being in the beach? Like never before? Like a lot of people, a lot of kids especially, okay? Because we as adults, well, it's a different thing, right? But imagine these guys, really young guys being in the beach for the first time. Do you remember the first time you went to the beach? I mean, that must have been a very important experience for you, okay? So what I want you to do is you're going to be placed in teams, okay? And you're going to discuss your first experience in the beach, okay? And how important it is to have these kind of experiences for kids like this one, no? They mention people from Iran, Iraq, people from Africa sometimes that don't have the chance to experience these kind of things that we give for granted, especially because Mexico have beautiful beaches, and I mean it's easy to give things for granted. Do you understand that phrase? Give things for granted. Dar las cosas por hecho, o sea, to think that they are all there. So,
asumir, ¿no?
Sorry, Pancho?
Asumir.
Okay, asumir, yeah, could be it. Okay, we're going to be working in 2 groups, one of 2 and one of other 3. Okay, go.
For those kids, especially in that context, it's very important to keep all the childhood experience that probably disconnect with this work context or on development problems. I think if, for example, one of the children, well, the boy said he's from Syria, so well, I can imagine the context of war. So I think it's to change the chip of the real things and to connect with our environment, right? Because sometimes despite we are here and we have the opportunity to go to the beach, I think to go to the forest, right? We live in certain places that we almost forget about all the connection between nature that is our environment. So I think it's a good action that they provide.
I don't remember the first time that I visited a beach, but I could remember that that the sand hurts me, my skin, and also I know how to say in English, but bueno, me quemaba mucho, like
it burned me.
Sunburns?
It burned me a lot.
It burned me a lot.
Yeah.
And I looked like a shrimp. And I loved that guys on the beach make me, I don't know how to say it, trencitas.
And
Yeah. Okay. I remember that you like to participate in festivals, right? In your school.
Yes.
But there are no festivals now.
No.
So you create your own festivals with your sisters and your...
Yes. They canceled the 10th of May.
The 10th of May, Día de las Madres, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Mother's Day. Yeah, and you were supposed to dance?
Yes.
What were you going to dance?
I don't remember.
But you like to dance anything, right?
Something like norteña.
Oh, and you like norteña?
Yes.
Good. Okay, but anyway, the show must go on. You didn't have a festival, but you made cards for your mommy and you congratulated her, right?
Yes.
And you hugged her very, very tight.
Yes, and I made her a card.
A card, yeah, it was very lovely. I could say it last year. Okay, and this year, are you going to write a card too?
Yes.
Good, good. Okay, you try to prepare. Okay, I know she's listening to us, but try to prepare a surprise for her. Something she is not expecting, right?
Yes, okay.
I can help you. Even it would be nice if your card this time was in English, maybe, or we sang a song for her. That'd be cool, right?
Yes.
Good. What about you, Mario?
Yes, I try to remember when I was a child, according to Astrid experience, yes, it's a interesting experience, the dancing, so the dancer in the day of the mom. But I never suffered the canceled or event. Nowadays, for example, the sports big events,
Yeah.
try to adapt the circumstance for para llevarse a cabo for
To carry out for the pandemics, no? Because of the...
for the carry out. Yes, adapt the different alternatives. For example, the committee, Olympic committee decide to don't access the foreign people for Tokyo. Is
yeah.
yes,
Very
is
responsible.
related. Yes, the government decided this restriction for the in general, even
no tourism, right?
not tourism, exactly.
Only media and athletes.
Yes, and I think just the Tokyo citizens it could access to some events with
events and with masks.
With masks, exactly.
Did you see that they have to have an app that monitors where you were, and if one person was sick, they will notify you that you were close to a person that was sick, so that you could isolate yourself, okay, and reduce the I was going to say, this video, I liked it because it's very romantic and very lovely, but Mexicans always have their versions, right? Okay, and in Mexico, there was not a little and beautiful girl dancing ballet, but there were people with their sonidazos, no? People that took out their speakers,
Speakers, yes.
songs, and all the people in the neighborhood and in the buildings were like, hey, hey, hey. Yeah, yeah, we Mexicans rock. So let's go back for the final video, okay?
When you're learning anything new, you're bound to make mistakes. And this is true when learning English. But there are different types of mistakes, and how you deal with them depends on the type of error you've made. Listen to our top tips to help you out. Some mistakes are just slips. In speaking, these might not matter so much. You can self-correct or just continue speaking in most situations. In writing, you should proofread your work and look out for the typical slips and mistakes you make and correct them. However, some slips might be more serious because they seem so normal to you that you forget that you've made them. You need to be careful with these. To start with, you need to recognize when you've made this type of mistake. If you're unsure, get a teacher or a friend to listen or read your work and identify where you've gone wrong. Other types of mistake are those that you make when you're trying out the new language you've learned. It's normal to get a few things wrong. In fact, the only way you can improve your language level overall is to make these mistakes again and again. Just get help if you need it. And don't let making mistakes stop you from learning English. This student agrees.
I think the best way to learn English is doing it without any fear for making mistakes.
Next, keep a record of your mistakes, either by writing them in a book or making a recording of you speaking. You then have a list of errors to concentrate on, and later on, it's good to look back at this and see how you've improved. If you're making lots of mistakes, don't panic. It means you're learning lots of new language. Try to deal with correcting errors in a manageable way, bit by bit. Set yourself achievable goals to improve your English step by step. A final type of mistake is one you might make when you're trying to say or write something, but you haven't learned the language to do so yet. Don't worry, these are great mistakes. They help you identify language you need to learn. You can then use these gaps to plan your studies or to make questions to ask your teacher. Just remember, we all make mistakes. It's normal, but as long as you learn from them or use them to improve your learning, you'll be fine. Good luck!
Well, thank you very much. If you have any question, you can ask me in the chat. Okay, see you next Wednesday for your exam. Do your homework, check your series, sing your songs. Okay?
Okay. See you in Wednesday.
See you Wednesday.
See you.
Bye.